Thank you, everyone, we'd like to welcome you to our Maximizing Connect technical session, where we're going to talk about in-app web and video calling solution that we discussed in our business session yesterday. And we're also going to talk about our new SMS solution. I have two of our colleagues joining us today. One is Nelson Martinez, the other one is Asher Bramwell. Would you mind introducing yourselves to the participants that we have here in the session today?
Yeah, sure. Then I am Nelson Martinez. I am a solutions architect specialized in Amazon Connect here in Seattle.
Hi there, I'm Asher Bramwell. I am a solutions architect specializing in Amazon Connect, and I'm also based here in Seattle. Nice to see all of you.
Great. With that, and also I'm the principal go-to-market specialist focused on omni-channel solutions. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nelson and Asher. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Okay, let's go to the technical component. Then, as I know you attended the meeting, the session yesterday, when we went through all the business, basically presentation about our solution. What we are going to do today is we're going to focus on the technical part. Then this is the workshop that we are going to follow. That we have all the different instructions that we want you to implement Amazon Connect in-app and video calling in your Amazon Connect instance. And additionally, we will show you how to do the SMS component. Then you can go ahead and copy that. You have copy that with your camera. I will paste that URL in the chat as well. Then you can start that from here too. Then okay, I will give you a couple of minutes to get the workshop started. This is basically how it will look like. Then you can, if you have any problems, please let us know, and we will help. But that should be the URL. Okay, let's give another minute before we start. Okay, let's try this URL to see. Somebody said that it's asked for a password. Wait 1 second. Let me change the URL.
One thing I did want to mention, if you all have questions, in the bottom right-hand corner where you see the 3 dots, you click on that, there's a Q&A. So as we're going through the session, please put your questions in there. And then at the end, we will try to answer those questions. And for any questions that we don't have answered, we don't have time to answer, make sure to follow up with you. Thank you.
Okay, I see that people is asking for, is everybody getting the password with the new URL? Can you copy in the chat? Like copy the different URL. Site can be reached. Okay. Okay, we have somebody that is in. Okay, thank you. Sorry for that hiccup. Then you can use the latest URL. That will be great. Okay, let's start. Okay, you have finished. Let us know, and then try the latest URL. That should be okay. The one that just Asher put in the list. Then what we are going to review today is how to enable the new channels that we released last year in reInvent in your Amazon Connect instance. Then the first part is what are the challenges that we are basically helping customers to improve with this solution. Then in one example, any company is one of our company example here. What they have today is you are in the website or you are in the mobile app and you want to call the contact center, then you have to move away from that interface. For example, if you are in a website and you are going to buy something or renew insurance in policy, for example, you put all the information, then you need to talk to the contact center. You need to basically move to the phone, make the call, and lost all the information that you already provided, start again, authenticate yourself. Then that is the part that we want to basically overcome with this. Now, what we want to give that option is to the customers to directly in the website or in your mobile app to contact your contact center. That will basically allow them to pass all the information that is captured as part of the website interaction, and the agent will know where you were, will know that you are authenticated, and it will basically start from there. That will basically a much better customer experience. And additionally, what we added was the SMS capabilities that Ashish can tell us about.
And yeah, following that implementation, we will walk through the steps to enable two-way SMS, which is now available within Amazon Connect. And I have to say, Nelson, that in-app calling option is something that I would have loved to have had last year when I got stuck in Sydney Airport and I had to make a 100-minute phone call overseas back to the US to get a flight out. So great to see that.
Yeah, that is a good point. That is one of our key verticals is international travelers. Basically, now if you have Wi-Fi, that will be basically what you need to be able to access your contact center. Then now basically the internet is the new way to connect to the contact center. Then the proposed solution that we have for this workshop is basically deployment of in-app web and video calling in your Amazon Connect instance. It is if we are using the low-code, no-code communications widget, is very easy, really, as we are going to review it, and it can be done very quickly. Then the next part that we want to do is we want to pass it attributes. Then I will demo a way that you can pass attributes to from your website to the contact center. There are like two ways to do it. One is how we are going to do it, the easy way, and the second way is using security and JSON web tokens. That is the second way to do it. There is a blog that is going to be released in hopefully next week. That is our expectation. Then you will be able to see how to pass attributes in a secure way. That contact attributes capability was released last Friday. It's basically very new. It was not available before that. And Asher will basically walk us through the two-way SMS implementation in Amazon Connect. That is the reason why we are basically doing this workshop. There are different modules that we're going to go with step by step. First, we are going to configure the widget in the Amazon Connect instance. We will load it in a browser. We will use the console browser to do it in an easy way. Then we'll go to pass contextual information. That contextual information will be used to personalize the experience. Then there are two main pieces of data that we're going to pass. We want to pass a name, we want to pass an email. Then the name will give us a welcome message that is very personalized to that person calling. And the email is basically to give data to the agent to know who is calling. And the same thing we're going to do with the two-way SMS. We are going to configure that in the Amazon Connect console. Then the assumption for this workshop is that you have an Amazon Connect instance. Then if you don't, then go get one. You can do it in 10 minutes or so. Get an Amazon Connect instance, enable customer profiles. Is part of the default configuration if you are getting a new one, because we want to show the data that is being passed to the agent. At the end, the outcomes that we want to have is like you have this enabled, you pass the data, and then basically you can grow from there to do it in your business. There are some costs about the different services that we're going to use. The web pricing explain those costs is like the price per minute. Specifically, we expect this workshop to take 2 hours. That is the time. And there are some region support documentation to be sure that you are in the right region. You supported in the US, supported in Europe. Only maybe Cape Town is one that doesn't support at this moment in-app calling. And SMS the same. We have some specific support for SMS, but SMS there will be some. It will be mainly. Actually, will show us how that works because there will be some delays to getting the phone numbers. And the audience for this workshop is basically people that has been worked with Amazon Connect before, that you understand how to log into the console, and yeah, that is basically the introduction to the workshop. Now let's go to the table of content. Then it's related to what I just described. I went to the objectives that we are going to achieve today. What is the new capability? The overview of a solution that we are going to do for the web calling. We're going to the hands-on. We will move it to Asher to explain the SMS. Then you want to clean up what you have built, I'll explain how to do it, and some additional resources that you can reach out after the workshop. This workshop will be available. The URL, you can basically keep it there. We'll be adding some more capabilities, then you can use it later.
And I will say there's a timeline for the two-way SMS piece. So if you do not yet have a registered phone number for SMS, you're unlikely to be able to complete everything that I covered today. But this workshop will be available after this session. So once you do get a registered number for SMS, you'll be able to come back and follow these steps again.
Thank you, Asher. Okay, then the objectives of this workshop is basically configure Amazon Connect, a communications widget in your instance, know how to load it in the instance as well, pass data, and the last part is basically see how we can use that data to help the agent to get more details about the customer, to provide a better experience. And the last part is know how to do it to enable a two-way SMS. Okay, about in-app video calling, as I explained before, is the goal is to help personalize the customer experiences, providing that capability to use the web or the mobile app to connect directly to your customers. Pass contextual information, reduce the average handle time based on the fact that the customer will be already authenticated. And there are basically three main capabilities: the calling over the internet, the seamless interaction from the browser, and the escalation to video as well. Video is another component that we have like out of the box available for with the solution. There are basically two ways to implement this in-app web and video calling. The option one is the out-of-the-box widget that we are going to use, and the option two is using the SDKs to build a personalized interface or a customized interface. Then if you want to build a mobile app, you want to put it as part of your mobile app, when you do the talk to us, contact us, then that will need some work from the development point of view to have that available. We are going to use option one. Maybe we have time, I can show you how option two will look like. We have some examples that I can show. And yeah, there is the documentation available to get more details about how that can be built. But we are focusing the out-of-the-box implementation. This is the solution that we're going to build. Basically, you have the customer that will be yourself, your laptop. You will have a camera, and then you will going to implement the widget, and then I will provide a website that you can use, or you have your own website. You can embed that widget into it. And then from there, you are called to Amazon Connect, and then you have the agent workspace that will be yourself as well. And then you're able to get the call and have the video and voice passing in with the data. That is basically the solution that we are going to build today. Some of the things that we want to do from the agent point of view, we want to use the agent workspace, because that gives us all the full screen capabilities with the customer profiles. And yeah, that is basically going to call out, and with the camera we can pass the video as well. Okay, these are different steps. Then the first part is we are going to configure the widget in the Amazon Connect console. We will copy the snippet. with that information, we are going to put it in the browser. I'm going to use the browser console to do it in easy way. That is not the recommendation, but for the demo, it's like the fastest way that we can do it. Then we will going to make calls. That is basically the plan. After that, then we will finish like a part one of the workshop that we can make calls for voice and video. The next part will be to configure the contact flow to receive data. Okay, somebody asking for the. I don't know. You can access the link. Can you put the link again, Asher? Then we are going to configure the contact flow, getting one of the sample contact flows, and the plan will be to add a couple of blocks that will give us the information that we are passing, and it will be useful for the agent. Then we are going to create a profile in customer profiles. Then that will be the person calling, and then we will update the widget again, and then we'll make more calls. And that basically will be my part from the in-app web and video calling. Then I will pass it to Asher to continue with the two-way SMS. Okay, then let's move to the first part. Then I will get my Amazon Connect instance, and I will do it with you step by step. Then the first part will be, and the instruction basically show the same step by step, but I will do it directly. Then first, you access your Amazon Connect instance. Let's go to channels in the bottom, and then you go to communications widgets. Something about the widgets is you can have up to 15 widgets configured in your system. I have many of them. Let me see if I have more than 15. Hopefully I don't. Sorry? Oh, sorry. Let me wait. Good. Thank you, Asher.
We'll give you a minute or two to access your Connect instance and get into your AWS console. I'm just pasting the workshop link into the chat once more in case we have a few new attendees who haven't seen it.
Okay, we are in the step number 4.1. Okay, let's start. Okay, then here in the widget, then you can define a name for the widget. Then let's call it webinar widget. A description, then any description that you think that is useful for this widget. If somebody else want to read that, then you know why this is being used. Okay, then here we have the communications options. Then this widget is the same one that we used to for chat. Basically, chat and web calling use the same interface. Then at the beginning, we are not going to use chat, but actually we're going to use chat when we come back again. Then here in the contact flow, you select the contact flow, going back to the web calling. Then in the web calling section, then we have first enable web calling, and next one we can enable video from the customer or from the agent. Then that is, in this case, we're going to allow both. The contact flow that we're going to use is normally part of the standard setup. That is the sample queue customer. Then that is a contact flow that is built in the default flows of Amazon Connect. Okay, this is the first part. Then define the communications that you are going to enable in the widget. And then after you have completed that section, then you can click save and continue. The next part is the customization, like which colors are we going to use for the widget. Then you have here the option to define the color that may be aligned better to your company, for the icon itself, or for the when the icon is hidden. Something about the icons, there are 3 icons that can be used. This one is only phone. Then I need the link again. Then we can do only phones, or we can do only chat, or we can do chat and phone. Then there will be different different icons for all these 3 capabilities, and the customer will know if they can only chat, only call, or you can do both. The next part is what you are going to say at the beginning of when the experience starts. This is basically how the faceplate looks for video, voice and video only. Then you have the mute button. You can have the start video. You can send the TMF as well. Then if you access the Amazon Connect, and there is an IVR at front that is asking you for a DTMF, you can send the DTMF from that experience as well. So I think that is important. Maybe I didn't talk much about it. When you get into Amazon Connect, all the experience is exactly the same voice experience that you will have if you make a call. Then you have all the capabilities that we have: call recording. You have all the analytics capabilities. You have all the information passed to the agent. You have the Amazon Q and Connect. All that capabilities are available for this channel as well. And okay, you define the colors here. You can put a different welcome. You have a URL in logo that you can put. You can add it here as well. You can put a logo, and then it will show here in the top. And that is the second part of the communication widget. Then next, Stefan, continue. Here we are going to define where this widget can be used. Then that part is okay. Which URLs you are going to use this widget from? I have one. You can use your own if you have your own website, or I have one here in the workshop that we can use. That is this one that I built. It is a very simple website that we can build to. Sorry, that I built for the workshop. Then this one we need to paste it there, and it's like the security thing that we are adding, the security part that we are adding in the widget to be sure that it's only used from the URLs that are basically allowed by the company. The security section that is in the bottom, there are 2 options. Then one is if we click yes, then we will need a token every time that the widget starts, and that token normally includes the attributes. Then that part is we're not going to do that one. There is a blog that we are going to publish about how to do that, and it's well documented as well in our AWS documentation that you can create the JWT that will include the attributes, and then it will normally last like a maximum 10 minutes, and then it will have the secure connection to pass that. And in this case, we are going to select no, then we are not doing that security. And we'll save and continue. And that's it. That was basically what we needed to do to get the widget running. Then we have the widget that is enabled for voice and video calling. It is defined for this specific URL, and this is the snippet. Okay, let's see. Here in the workshop, we are now in a step, and we finished that section. Then the last part of this section is to copy the script. Then let's copy the script and open it in a Notepad, or you have an ID or something where you can basically do some changes to the text. That is what we are going to do next. I'm going to use a Visual Studio Code. Then in Visual Studio Code, I'm going to paste that for the next step. Then this is the widget. Let's leave it there. Okay, maybe let me give 2 minutes to be sure that everybody is in the same step that we are. If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. Actually, let me answer them. Okay. The next part is we have the widget ready. Now let's put it in the website. Then option 1 is you have a website and you have the index HTML, then get the widget and put it in your index HTML, and then load it, and that will automatically show the widget in the button. What we are going to do next is only for demo purposes. This is not is not the best practices. Best practices are well documented in our documentation that I highlighted here. But then what we are going to do is I will going to remove that section and I will paste that in the console. That will like a quick way to achieve that. Then let's go to the Visual Studio Code. Then I will remove this section here. Let's remove the script in the top. And I will remove the script in the bottom as well. Then now let's open the website that we created. That is this very basic website that is here. Then now here in the website, if you are using Chrome, then you can click these 3 dots here in the right. Then we are going to more tools. And in more tools, we are going to open developer tools. Then maybe we can clear this here. Then now we have this is the console of that web page. Then I'm going to paste that in that widget or that snippet in this console, and then the widget will appear. Then let's do that. Go back to my Visual Studio Code. Copy it without this without the script. Let's copy that and let's paste it here. And then click enter. Then, yep, as you can see, the widget appears here in the bottom. Maybe we can hide the console. Then this is that is how it will look like if you load it to the HTML and you have it properly loaded in your website. Then you will have the widget there. If I go back to the steps, then we run all the steps. Then we are now at the end of this section. In this case, is green. Mine is blue. And then let's start making some calls. Then that is the customer interface that we have here. Now let's open the agent interface. The agent interface, if you go back to your Amazon Connect, then the idea is to use agent workspace here in the top. I already have it open. Then I'm going to open my agent workspace. Okay, let me put this both in the same screen. Okay. Then now I have the agent and I have the customer here in the site. And let's okay, you will need to be available. This is using you're using the standard user that should be in the basic queue as the standard sample flow. That's it. Then if you click the button, then that will start the call. Let me mute this so we'll start listening to. Then you will be. Then let me mute this thing. Then now that call basically went through to that contact flow. That was the sample contact flow. I received some messages that I was waiting in queue, and then I was basically connected to the agent. As we can see, there is no customer profile information that is being sent. I can see that the customer name, that is the default one, that we're going to change that. And then yeah, basically I'm talking now to the agent. What you can do here is you can start video. Then if I start the video here from the customer, then the customer see the little video and the agent see the full video, and then the agent can start video as well. Then that is basically the section of the testing, that we have a video call and a voice call and a video call using the widget directly from the website. Then if I go back to the workshop, that was basically the testing section. I don't know if we have any questions. I will give a couple of minutes to be sure that everybody is in the same step before we move to the next part, that is to start adding attributes to this call. Then here, yeah, basically we can, there are some options as well from the video point of view that you will be able to, teaching the camera, you have multiple cameras, you can blur your background as you can see here. I have in this video focus that is available, and hitting the, I can enable the background blur. I can change different cameras if I have more cameras. Okay, I think that Vladimir had an issue. I think that error is. Did you use the same URL? That could be that the URL is not the one that was configured. That could be the problem for that. Then normally, if the URL is not exactly that one, that will be the error that you will get. Okay, let's stop video, and then you can end the call. Okay, let's do some troubleshooting here with the people that is online. Normally, the default flows are part of the, when you create the instance, those are basically created there. That's one of the questions that I see in the chat. Yeah, normally the issue that the error that we can get from the chat could be, oh, maybe you have something blocking the cookies. Okay.
Should escalate chat.
Yes, sure. Good point. Let's before I move to the, again, this part is not hitting the workshop, but I want to show quickly how I can escalate from chat to voice. Then now I will go into enable chat as well. And then let's select one of the contact flows. Could be the same contact flow. The sample key customer. And because I enable chat, then when I go to the next step, I will see that the widget is slightly different. The icon, because the icon is now has the chat and the phone capabilities. I will leave the other things the same. Now you can see the display is slightly different. The display includes a start a call option. Then that part is something that I will going to show now. The same URL now is being allowed. And then I will copy that script. This script will change mainly because the icon is different now. Then the icon will show now the phone and the chat. Then let's paste it here. I will remove this section as well. Then I will select the widget again. Oh. Then let's go back here. Let's go back to the more tools, developer tools. Then let's clear this. Let's paste the new widget. And then now close that. And then as you can see now, the icon change to be chat and phone. Then I can start here. Then it asks me to unload the microphone. Then I receive the chat conversation. Then now I am basically in a chat directly with the agent. maybe what they try to explain is too hard to do it over chat. Then let's talk. Then the customer will be able to start the call directly from this button. Something that is important here is that this chat interaction will terminate, and then we will have a new interaction that will be the voice interaction that will start the call. Then that ends here. There are options in customer profiles that will allow us to have the same agent to be routed. One example is in customer profile, you have the last agent option. Then that is something that can be configured in the contact flow. As soon as the call is received, you can basically check who was the last agent, and you can put that call back to the same agent. Then that is something that is capable or can be done here. Then that is how we can move from chat to call from the customer point of view. Okay, let's see in that call. Then we can have the chat, we can have the voice, we can have video, and Asher will show us on top of that how we can have a two-way SMS as well. Okay, then there could be some, I can see somebody is having a problem with the cookies. In one option is try to use another browser. Maybe try to use Firefox as well. Firefox is slightly different, but conceptually it's the same idea. That there will be, and I have the instructions in the workshop about how to do it with Firefox. Basically, we'll need to Firefox will need allow pasting. Needs to be specifically typed to be able to get it, to be able to paste the snippet. Okay, then that is basically making the call straight away. There's no data being passed. We can have chat, we can have voice. Now let's add the attributes on top. Let's add some data that can be passed from the website to the customer.
So Nelson, what sort of data could you pass from the website to the system?
Thank you. Actually, that's a good question. You can pass any data that you have available in the website. One example, can you mute yourself? Then one example is and I will show that after we finish this. You could be the name. You log in to the website. Normally, we will recommend to have this web chat like as part of a authenticated page. If you authenticate yourself already, and then you want to contact, then you can get the name from the website or what options you have done before, your email, if it's that in the website or in the mobile app as well. You can get that data, and then you can pass that back to Amazon Connect. You support 32,000 bytes that you can pass. You can pass from the in-app and video calling back to Amazon Connect, and you can pass as much information as you think that will be basically available to the agent. One example, I was going to name something that will help to identify the customer when they call. Identify the customer and know what the customer was doing before, then it will be easier for the customer. We are easier interaction, and the agent will have a lot of information as well. Then there is a lot of data that can be passed using this new capability. Okay, next, what we're going to do is we're going to update the contact flow, and the idea will be to go to that contact flow that we have before, and we're going to change some blocks. The idea we get some blocks there that will capture the data that we're going to pass, and then it will provide the personalized welcome message, and it will provide a data to the agent via customer profiles. Then this is basically what we're going to do. Let's go to flows. Then you should have the standard sample, sample queue customer. And I already did it, but then the idea will be you go to that standard workflow, you're going to add this block, the set login block, because it will help us normally to get log data about this call. Then that is recommended to do. You can add more blocks if you want to enable call recording. I'm not doing it here, but you can enable call recording as well. As I said, contact lens and all those capabilities will be available in this call as well. We will add a play prompt. That is one of the main things that it will give us that personalization, and we're going to create this simple welcome message. Then you say hi, and then $attributes.firstname, welcome to any company contact center. Then this is the structure of the attribute that is we are going to pass. All the attributes that are passed from the in-app calling back to Amazon Connect, or from any of the other APIs that we can pass data, it will have that structure. $attributes. The name of the attribute. The first name is how we are going to call it with a lowercase. It needs to be precise in the lowercase and uppercase. Then that play prompt, it will give us that welcome message. That is the first use of those attributes. Then create that. You will need to disconnect what was before and then add these new blocks there. And the other block that we're going to add is the set contact attributes, and that is specific for customer profiles, because customer profiles by default, it will pop up the data based on the phone number. But yeah, we don't have a phone number in this case. We are not using the PSTN. Then the idea will be to get a different attribute. In this case, is email, what we are going to pass. Then that email will be the unique identifier of our customer that is we are going to display. Then basically you add this say login behavior as a best practice, a play prompt, it would be just next, and then we're going to set contact attributes. There are basically two attributes that we want to add, and those are specifically for profiles, for customer profiles. Then the namespace will be user defined. If you have the system or user defined, you define user defined. Then here the name needs to be exactly this name. Profile search key. Then that is going to change the how the customer profiles will look for these users. It needs to be exactly like that. And this underscore email needs to be exactly like that as well. Those two are telling customer profiles, please read the email key instead. That is a manually one. You can basically create another attribute, user defined. The name is profile search value. That needs to be exactly in the same way. And this is not manually set up. This is dynamically set up, because it will be the email that we are passing from the website. Then set dynamically, user define. Here you have multiple options. Select user define, and then the key is email, because that is the name of the attributes that we're going to configure next. Now, all these two things it will make sense when we start adding in the front end. Then you will see how those needs to be exactly matched to be able to get the data as part of the content flow. Okay, then that is the other change, and it will save here, be sure that all the legs are connected. And basically the idea was to disconnect what was here before, and you add this tree and then connect it back. Both of them can be connected there. The success and error, they will be connected to there. When you have done that, then let's publish the content flow. That will give you another 2 minutes for you to finish that.
2 minutes.
Okay, for 1 hour.
2 minutes. So
Ah, sorry. Okay, we have a timer. 2 minutes. Thank you, Asher. Yeah, 20 more seconds. Okay, time's up. Okay, then that is the step number 4.5 that we updated the contact flow to receive the attributes. Now let's configure the attributes in the other side. Then what timeline. Let's create a customer profile first. Then for that, you go back to your agent workspace. Then you can click this plus profile here. Then you can basically define first name. There's a little asterisk of the one that needs to be provided. Let me see, the phone number is not. Then set up the first name, because we are going to pass that one. A last name, if you want to put a last name, any information that it will be applicable, and then put the email address. That is the most important part. The email address is the one that is that will be basically match. Then any email address that you add here needs to be the email address that we're going to use in the next step. Then it could be the one that I have in the workshop. I have some email addresses, an email address there, that could be john@example.com. And I put some details that you can use. I already did it, then I want to do that again. But then you can follow the steps here to create the profile. Then now you will have a profile that we can match when we pass that that information. And there are other things that can be done. I will have time. I will show another like a more complex setup that is going to be now published in very soon, where we can basically pop up step-by-step guides. We will pass all that information. We can have a different flows or workflows for the agent to follow based on what the customer wants. If the customer was authenticated, then we can pass that information to. Yeah, that is there are, as I shared, as there was a question before, there are too many things that you can pass really from the website. That needs to be, as part of the design, needs to be defined what we are going to do. But yet there are a lot of capabilities here that will be able to improve the customer experience. Okay, then I will click next to that. I will give another minute now to be sure that we all have the profile created. Then remember that the email address is the most important really part here. It needs to match what what you are going to pass in the next one. Okay. Then again, you have your own website. It could be any website. It doesn't have to be, this website is to make it easy, but it could be your website, or you are doing this in production. Yeah, that will be your production website. I will recommend to follow this the instructions for how to do it in that scenario. Then what we're going to do now is there are 2 lines that I'm going to add to this widget. The widget that we have before, I'm going to add 2 specific lines. Then the first line is contact attributes, and I'm going to pass email. I'm going to pass first name. It needs to be exactly in the. You can copy this basically, and use what you configure. You use your email, then use your email. You use that email. Use that email, and the name. These are the 2 things that are going to be passed. The first one is to pop up customer profiles, and the second one is to provide the welcome message. The second part is customer display name. That is the one that I displayed at the inside the CCP, and I will show that next. That is to display which name is going to show, not in the customer profiles, but in the interface itself. These are the 2 that I'm going to pass. These are hard-coded because it's like the easier way to do it. But as there was a question before, you can have parameters in your website that you can basically pass here. Then you can have this widget inside the website. Instead of having those hard-coded names, you can have a parameter that it will change as soon as change your website. Then it will change. I will pass the information to Amazon Connect. Then that is something to be aware. This is like a demo way to do it. Then let's copy those 2 lines and let's go to our code. We can use the last one that we use in the Visual Studio Code. Then I will put it at the end. Then now my widget is a little bit bigger. We have 2 more lines. Then I will know to copy. Remember, we don't need the script in lines. It should be from the function to the Amazon Connect that you just added. Now we'll copy those. Then I will do the same exercise. Go back to the website that I have this one here. Then now I'm going to change that. More tools, developer tools. You are using Chrome. Let's clean all this thing here. And just paste it. It will be the same. There will not be any difference. So I think that is important here is what I have added works for both. It works for chat and it works for voice. Now when I make the chat call, the information will pass. When I make if I write the same contact flow, yes, it will pass, or maybe not, because I have a, let's see. Let's go to the workspace. But yeah, it basically is applicable to both channels, or to all the channels. We are going to pass that information for chat and for voice. And now let's make the call. Then now, as you can see, is the chat has the information. Now you see the welcome message from chat is "Hi John," because it was the name that I passed. "Hi John, welcome to any company contact center." John has joined the chat. That is the display name component that I added. And here in the website, sorry, in the agent workspace, the agent can see that John is connecting and the name here as well. And additionally, I passed in John an example.com and pop up all the information about John. Then I know where he lives. I know the contact history, all the different calls that he made before. Then everything that you put in the profile, it will pop up here for chat. Then it will work for both. Now, again, let's talk. This is too complex to explain via chat. I need to talk to you. Then sure, start the call. You can start the call. Let's start a new connection. Finish this one here. Then you should get a welcome message with the name. And you should get the same information, the John, but now with a call, not with a chat. And both here and here you get all the information about him. Then that is how we can pass a contextual data directly from the website to Amazon Connect, and using the internet for this call. And again, sorry, I missed that. I can start video too. Gonna start video from both parties as we did it before. Then now we have voice, video, contextual data to be passed from in-app web and video calling and chat to Amazon Connect. Okay, that was my demo. Let's see where we are in the workshop. Then that, okay, that is the next step. Then we made the calls. As I said at the beginning, there is another way to pass contextual information that is using the JWT token. That is explaining their documentation, and yeah, there will be a blog available for you, and I will add it. Again, this URL, copy this URL. It will be available for you later, and we will put additional resources there. Okay, that is testing. I already did that. Basically the same text, but the main difference was now we can see John before we see customers. Before nothing pop up, now the customer pop up. The customer information pop up in customer profiles. Then I will now pass it to Asher to go through the. So maybe we can get another minute before we move to be sure that you finish all the testing.
Yeah,
For sure. Thank you, Nelson. I will start a timer on my end, and we will meet back in 2 minutes' time to start walking through configuring two-way SMS. All right, two-way SMS. I will paste the link, but we are onto the two-way SMS portion of the workshop, and I will ask Nelson if you could just paste that link into the chat to make sure everybody is on the same page. So as of late last year, Amazon Connect now supports two-way SMS. So this enables your customers to send a message directly to your contact center without you needing to use a third-party application. So you could list your phone number on your website and have customers use that number directly. Customers can also respond to outbound campaigns. So if you send a marketing or an alert to a customer, that customer can then respond to that message, and you can have it either route to an agent, or you can use one of our conversational bots to actually answer frequently asked questions and not actually route to an agent. For an outbound campaign with SMS, you can actually use that same number that you use in your Connect instance as well. They can be shared between campaigns and Connect. And you can also escalate an interaction or shift an interaction from chat or voice to SMS. So move a asynchronous real-time interaction to something a little more asynchronous. So before we get started with the build out, I will just show you a quick demonstration. So hopefully you can see my screen here, and I am going to send in a test message to my app here, Omni SMS. So, hello. All right, here we go. So I have received that response. It's routing to an agent, and you can see here in my Connect workspace that the SMS is coming in. Click accept and send a response. And there we go, two-way SMS. But maybe you want to be a little more complex and you want to shift a chat to SMS. So let's jump to my little chat widget here. we can actually build this out using the same widget that you used with Nelson just before. So the chat has entered the flow. Would I like to move this to SMS? Yes. To my phone number. So that chat has terminated, and you can see that I have received that SMS message. So chat has been converted to SMS. I will respond with yes. And it has routed to an agent. And the beauty of this is it is using the same flow. So for a voice, chat, SMS, potentially even tasks, it's all using the same flow built in Amazon Connect. So let's get started with the actual build out for this. So you should be in your Amazon console, your AWS console. And I want you to navigate to Pinpoint SMS. So for this step, we're going to be registering a phone number that can be used for an SMS. So you click this button on the side here, you come down to phone numbers, and you click on Request Originator. Select the country relevant to where you want SMS. So United States, next. Number capabilities, make sure you have SMS selected. If you're testing for the estimated monthly volume, less than 5,000, and two-way messaging, click yes. Right, click next. For our example here, I'm using a toll-free number, but through Pinpoint, you can register a 10DLC or a short code. So if you are sending a high volume of messages, you'd likely be registering a short code. So provide these details here, click next. This all looks correct. And then on your side, you would click request, and that would pop up a registration form. And that's where you would enter your business details and information about the use case for your phone number. And then that gets sent to us, and that number gets registered. And once that number is approved and registered, you can use it for two-way messaging. So if you don't have a number that is registered today, you can identify it in the phone numbers menu here. So if you don't have an SMS number, which is set to active, you won't be able to have two-way SMS running by the end of this session, but everything that you do today will work once you do have that active phone number. So if people are going through that process, I'll give you a minute, and then we will move on to creating an IAM policy, which will allow Pinpoint and Amazon Connect to talk to each other. So I believe there was a question asking if agent-initiated SMS is a feature yet. No, it is not, but coming very shortly, there will be a blog post showing you how to build out agent-initiated messaging. All right, moving on to the IAM policy. So jump into IAM, go into policies, and we want to create a new policy here. So click on create policy. All right, this will allow send chat events. So paste that in. Next, we will give it a meaningful name, something like Omni SMS policy, and create. All right, now we will create a new trust policy. So you go into roles, click create role. We want a custom trust policy. And then in the JSON field, paste in the next one. And important, so line 13, AWS source account, you need to paste in your own account ID here. So you can't just copy and paste this. You need to add your account ID as well. And you would click next. And for the permissions policies, you would look for the one that you just created. So Omni, SMS policy, and tick. Next, give it a name. Omni SMS role, and create. So I will give you another minute here to complete that step while I look at any other questions that have been posted. All right, so now we are going to enable two-way SMS on your phone number. So we jump back into Pinpoint SMS. Click the sidebar here, jump to phone numbers. Select your registered or active SMS number. Scroll down to where it says two-way SMS and click Edit Settings. So you need to make sure when you've got Enable two-way message enabled, that the destination is set to Amazon Connect. In this step here, choose existing IAM role. This is where you would select that role that you created. So Omni SMS role for my example. Click Save Changes, and this is actually the step for importing that number into Amazon Connect. So in this drop down here, you would select the Amazon Connect instance where you want that phone number to be available. And if you need to change the instance that that phone number is assigned to, you can. You just need to go into Amazon Connect and select your phone number, and you can actually release it and send it back. And then within Pinpoint SMS, you can assign it to a different instance. Okay, so once you've selected your instance and clicked import phone number, you should be able to see that number in Connect. So I will give you one more minute before we carry on. So Nelson has just pasted into the chat a few URLs. The first, there will be a few URLs. One is the regions where Amazon Connect supports SMS. The second is the countries where it's supported. And a third link for phone number registration best practices to make sure that registration doesn't take a long time. All right, so if you had a registered phone number and you completed those last steps, you should be able to see it in the phone numbers section of Amazon Connect. So you click the little phone icon on the bottom left-hand side, click phone numbers, and you should see an SMS phone number within Amazon Connect. So let's go ahead and make a omnichannel flow. So click this routing menu, click flows, and we want to create a new flow. So what this flow is going to do is determine which channel somebody is contacting you on. So we can split if it's voice and then split again and identify whether it's a chat or an SMS. And if you wanted a true single flow, you could also add a tasks split as well. So the first thing we're going to do is add a check contact attributes block. So you come in here, you click check, and check contact attributes, and just drag that out. Open that up. Give it a name if you want. And we're going to identify if it's a voice or a chat. So something to note is SMS is a subtype of chat. So once we've split off for chat, we can then identify if it's SMS. So we'll set the namespace to system. The key we want to look at is channel. And we're going to add a condition here. So equals, if the channel equals voice, so like this, and if the channel equals chat. Okay. And off the chat condition, we will add a second check attributes. And this will check for the SMS subtype. So this one uses a slightly different condition. The namespace is segment attributes, and the key that we're looking for is subtype. So if that subtype equals, and it's a slightly different looking one as well, connect colon SMS, then we're going to branch again. And that no match will be a standard chat interaction. All right, we will add a few of the standard blocks. Let's connect, transfer to queue. So we will set the working queue. And we will set the customer queue flow as well. Just tidy that up a little bit. Just set the default customer queue flow. I'm going to set the basic queue. Transfer to queue, that looks great. Disconnect block. And you would do this differently in your own environment. This is just for testing. And what we can do now is add separate prompts for each channel type. My prompt. So for a voice message, come up here and say, this is a voice call. Nice. And then route that to the queue. For SMS, we can say, and route that to the queue. And chat. Save that and route to the queue. So for an SMS and a chat interaction, the value in the text to speech is what the customer will see. If we really wanted to, we could also just use a single play prompt and use variables to say the channel type, the media chat type. So give this a name, OmniFlow 3. No match, doesn't matter. We'll send that to the queue. Publish. All right, we have a flow. So I will give you another minute to complete that yourself, and then we will just attach this to our SMS and a voice phone number if you have one. All right, now let's attach this flow to our phone numbers. So left-hand side, click the phone numbers, open up your SMS number and select your new flow. So mine was OmniFlow 3. Give that a save. And I will also come back and change my voice flow to use the same. And if you happen to have a chat widget, you can come in and change that to point to that flow as well. So you come up here to the top, click edit, and in chat contact flow, you can point that to the different flow as well. And you shouldn't need to update your script. When you've changed it here, it should change dynamically on the website. All right. So that is all saved. So I will go ahead and place a test SMS. Okay, back on my agent screen here. Close that old contact. And we can see I got that new prompt. You're using SMS, awesome. And everything works as it did before. I can jump over to my chat widget. Close that, give the page a refresh. Try it again. I'm using chat. Great. And that is routing to the agent as well. And now the last one, I will give that voice number a call.
This is a voice call. Nice. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
You're seeing a failure there because I disconnected the call as it was connecting. And that's it. You have two-way SMS, chat, voice, all using the same flow. You can build a flow that escalates or de-escalates, however you call it, to SMS to go from a synchronous interaction to asynchronous. And I will pass you back over to Nelson for the cleanup steps. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Asher. Then let's go back to the last steps of the workshop. Okay, then we have step 5 was completed by section 5 was completed by Asher. Then the cleanup section, if you want to delete what you created, then yeah, you can basically go to the communications widget as we did at the beginning, and then you can click the little 3 dots in the right, and then you will get the delete option, and then you can basically type delete. For two-way SMS, you can remove the phone number, detach the phone number from the contact flow in Amazon Connect, and then release the number from Amazon Connect directly in the console, and then the same from Pinpoint, and delete basically what was created in the IAM roles. You create an instance altogether for this workshop, then you can delete that as well. But that is that will be the different scenarios you want to clean up what is being done. From the costing point of view, leaving the widget, it will not have any cost to you. Only when you use it is when it will be it will be charged. Okay, and the last part is additional resources. Then we have some links that we can share with you about the announcement of in-app and a web and video calling, how to set it up. This is basically what we describe in detail today, but there are some documents about how to do it in the different options that are available. In the release of two-way notification, both were back in by re:Invent 2023. And the additional configuration of two-way SMS and some release notes when you can get all the new capabilities that we are adding to the platform. That happens all the time. And the pricing as well. It's something that we still have time, we still have half an hour. I want to show two things. We don't have the step-by-step, but I want to show how that will work from the customer point of view. There is a blog that I said I've been promising we are going to make it available very soon. Hopefully next week. Is going in the last review at the moment. Then this blog will basically allow you to create a website like this using CDK, and this website using the JWT token. Then in this case, what we are going to do is we have all the steps that you need to do at the website. There's a Lambda function that is required, an API gateway to create a token. The token lasts 10 minutes, but you can pass securely information from the website. You can pass this. Basically, there are two things that we have in working on. One is to pass information directly from the website, as one of the questions that we received before. And additionally, you can pass location. For example, you have the location in the website, you can pass location. You can pass the device type. So all that information that you can get from the website or the mobile app, you can pass that to Amazon Connect. And then basically make a decision based on that. Okay, this is a mobile, I will give that experience. This is a website, I will give a different experience, or different options in the contact flow. That is basically what is possible to do. Then this will be available. Let me fill out in this form. And I fill out this form, then I put my name. I will put my email address. And then I want to put a reason what I'm calling. Then this reason could be, okay, I want to open a new account, for example. And then I put a message like, I am new in the country, and I need a new account. Leave it like that only, because the reason is already there. Then when I click submit, in this case, there is no widget, as you can see. Widget is not there. Then when I start the submit, then the widget appears, because I have the data was sent, and then the widget now has the data that was introduced before to the using the JWT. I start the call. Then if I need to go quickly to my workspace, then it will be a welcome message that it knows that I am calling. It knows my name, it knows why I'm calling. And then when I receive the call in the agent interface, I get all the details that I put in the website. Not only the name and email as we did it, but I can get in the name, the email as well, the reason I selected open a new account, and a message that I type. And additionally, it gives me some options. Based on what this call from the customer, this person will be open a new account, or checking the balance, or he wants a financial health, or he wants to raise a complaint. And the same thing, we can start video as well from here. And yeah, and that is basically the some of the things that you can do on top of what we did today. It's a more complex integration with security, passing more data, and yeah, that will be available and will be added to the resources links. Then you can use it and yeah, pass more information to that. That is one that I wanted to show. The second one that I wanted to show as well is then let me close this one now. I want to show the a mobile live example. Let me see if my mobile is working. Oh, it's here. Then this is a mobile live example. Then the same concept. Then now this one was built with the SDK. Then we see the three examples. Is the first one that we did is out of the box, put it directly in the website, changing only the code in the front end to pass attributes. Then I just showed the second one that is adding a JWT, adding a Lambda function API. It's a full implementation that will include, it will pass a lot of data and it'll be even smarter. And now this one is the fully customized one. And this is a mobile app that basically we have built for demos. Then this mobile app, it will basically know that is me calling because it get my face. Then it knows, okay, it's Nelson. I can see that is his biometrics. Then I have this this in my account. Suddenly I say, oh, 1 second, I didn't have in my mind that I will pay $1,000 in the platinum card. Then let's see, find out why is that is the problem. Oh, what is this unknown hotel? I really don't know about it. Sometimes when I get an unknown transaction, I want to talk to somebody. Like something that is really I want to know now what is happening. Then I don't remember this transaction at all. Then which options I have. Then I have all these different options. Is it was a return, was a merchant late, or dissatisfied with the service, or it was a charging the amount is wrong. But I didn't make this purchase. That is the one that I want to call out. Then now when I start the call, it will start the call back to Amazon Connect. Let me put it mute. Then it will be coming soon. Then this scenario, I get the call again from John. This scenario doesn't need video because it's like a financial situation that you don't need video for this really. Then I got the situation when in the agent, you receive the call, he knows the name, know the transaction ID specifically. He understands that the customer is calling because he didn't make that purchase and he knows that it's authenticated. Then that will expedite the call significantly, and the experience that the agent can provide to the customer is much better. He knows what he's calling. Okay, then let's see what is the process to do an unrecognized transaction. Then he will go and start a complaint, or he will go and review the information in the background to be able to get this call to conclusion. Then this is basically some that is available. All the information from Joss is here. I can start the specific process, and based on that, he can submit a complaint. Then he will be contacted very soon about it. And this is another way to integrate. And there are multiple use cases that are very basically applicable for companies today that you can provide a better experience using these new capabilities. Okay, that was the latest demo that I wanted to show. And the last part is if you can, this one already done. If you can help us with the survey, would be great. Any more questions, please? We still have around 20 minutes. If you can have more questions, please add it to the, okay, yes, add it to the chat. We will answer back to you. And please fill out the survey that is in that way. That will be great. You can help us. Please let us know how we did today. Elisa just said. Okay, we will.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Fill out that survey. We'll hang out here for another few minutes to answer any more questions if you have them. Otherwise, go and claim 20 minutes of your day back.
Should we get another couple of minutes to fill out the survey? And there is a question here about transferring a call to another agent with video. Yes, we can have multiple parties with video in the call. Normally there will be only one customer, but the agents they can have multiple agents in the transfer or in a conference. The multiple agents can have video. Okay. Then I will keep answering all the Q&As that we have here. Then there is another question that I think that is good to answer to everyone. Like if we have the chat widget, normally we recommend not to have it in the first page, have it after you have been authenticated. Then that is a recommendation. Then when you are authenticated, then you can present the chat widget and you can get the data about the customer after that. Then that is something that it will be recommended, or to avoid getting calls without data that maybe it will help to improve that that interaction. Then how that can be done? You will need to be basically in the website itself. You will need to be basically part of the code that is after the authentication has happened. Similar to what I showed before, like in the first screen, there is no chat, or there is no icon. Only when I authenticate or when I click submit, then I get the chat after the fact. Then that will be the way to do it. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Please fill out the survey. I'm checking the survey, I'm right? Yep. Okay. And yeah, that was it from us.